Guys, I have a confession to make. I fell out of love with Genshin Impact. A game I've spent thousands of hours and dollars into for the past 3 years of my life. Why, you may ask? After all that investment?
So?
But that's not the point of this video. It's Valentine season, and you know what that means. Single people complaining on Twitter! But more importantly, I'm on the hunt. After ending my one-sided relationship with a gacha game, and like someone who can't stop idealizing their ex, I'm looking for the perfect game to fill my Genshin itch and make me feel like a whole person again. Genshin clone. Some people use that term loosely to describe any anime action RPG that's been released in the past 4 years. But in this video, it means any game that advertises or has advertised itself in a similar way to Genshin. I'm going to scour the seas of the internet and see if I can finally find my soulmate. But first, we can't find love in an empty stomach. This video is sponsored by TokyoTreat and Sakura Co. Valentine's Day is coming soon, and for the few gamers who have a real significant other, you're probably wondering what you should get them. You guys have heard me talk about TokyoTreat, and for good reason. TokyoTreat and Sakura Co. are both monthly Japanese snack subscription box that give you a taste of Japan from the comfort of your own home. Maybe you're spending so much on gacha games that you can't afford to get an actual plane ticket, but that's okay. With TokyoTreat, you get up to 20 exclusive, limited edition, seasonal Japanese snacks only available in Japan. And with Sakura Co., you actually help support local Japanese snack makers, as it comes with 20 traditional, artisan, authentic Japanese snacks, including teas and special tableware in every box. Both at a good price, and both with different tastes and flavors. TokyoTreat's theme this month is Be My Valentine. Love is in the air, baby! And this month, you can indulge in snacks made full of it, including treats to celebrate Valentine's Day, like strawberry shortcake Kit Kat, Pokemon candy hearts, and if you're feeling spicy, some pirikara spicy ramen, as well as many more. On the other side, Sakura Co's theme this month is Valentine's Indulgence. Valentine's in Japan isn't just about sweets. It's a celebration of shared connections, blending both traditional and contemporary delights into a beautiful tale of love and unity. You can indulge in flavor through peach dorayaki, chocolate Danish, and mini heart arare. These all go well with the Coco Sencha tea. As a chocoholic, I endorse. On top of that, this month's tableware item is a Kiko plate, or firefly plate. Each box also comes with a booklet that gives you information about every snack you receive, as well as allergen information. This is especially great for those who may have certain allergies. Being allergic to grass doesn't count, you should still go outside, or a certain type of diet. You also get to learn a lot about Japanese culture from these booklets. I've been using both TokyoTreat and Sakura Co. for a good long while now, so I can definitely say it is worth it. I love these snacks. I usually like to eat them when I'm editing videos or watching some anime, but this time, I'm taking them on a date with Kafka.
Thanks, you're too good to me.
So if you're looking for a gift for your loved one, or you just want to treat yourself, then TokyoTreat yourself using my links or code below. Happy Valentine's! Getting this one out of the way, Tower of Fantasy. Disclaimer, I have actually played Tower of Fantasy before. Picture this. It's game launch night and you're on a Discord call with your friends. Everybody is super hyped to play together because this game had a real hype train going on for it, since it was an actual MMORPG and not just some regular co-op play, even though the excitement was dampened by the many controversies that plagued it during its betas. Those controversies including ripping assets from Honkai Impact 3rd, game-breaking bugs like item duping, fake reviews on their own app page, and plagiarizing a small studio's animation. Allegedly. Please, Tower Fantasy, do not sue me. Allegedly. At the time, we had to look past that, but the game actually did hook us, and for months. The different movement options in the game were actually a lot more fun, and exploration really felt more rewarding too. But then, the rose-tinted glasses fell off, and we started to see the big issues with this game. The biggest problem was the general jank of everything. We're talking broken cutscenes, animation, and an overall sense of unpolishedness. This game needed an extra year in the oven. That was obvious, but we looked past it because of the amount of fun we were having while playing in a group. There were also clearly some characters that were obviously inspired by characters in the Genshin cast, like Meryl and King. But that's just my opinion. Fast forward a year and a half. The game definitely has more of its own identity now, and the art style feels a lot more fleshed out. But the jank is still there. The standout of this game is character designs. I mean, they are absolute fire, and you can definitely see how much improvement has been made throughout this time. There's a huge difference, and I honestly think they've gotten way better and a lot more unique. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Power creep. This game is not new player friendly, especially considering all the systems you have to keep up with in the game. And the difference between a free-to-play player and a pay-to-play player is absolutely insane. This game is a whale's power trip, and it's not afraid to show it. And did I mention the Black Nucleus cache? If you think Genshin's weapon banner is bad, this thing is a true black hole. There is no hard pity. You're getting cucked, like an unlimited amount of getting cucked. Tower of Fantasy has not just PvE, but also player versus player, which I know a lot of people love, but it has player versus player. Both rely on your simulacra advancements. TOF's version of constellations, and matrices, TOF's version of weapons. Keeping up with a pay-to-play player's damage in a dungeon feels futile, honestly, and it takes the fun out of the experience. It also hurts your experience when you get to higher levels, because then you just feel like you're holding the rest of the team down. Unless you pull out the wall, of course. Compare this to Genshin, where all content feels pretty much achievable, even while being free to play and with just a couple of months of account investment. You could do the Spiral Abyss with 4 stars in both your teams and be completely fine. I mean, not me because I have a skill issue, but that's besides the point. Speaking of 4 stars, did you know that Tower of Fantasy has not released a single 4-star since the game's launch? The ones that you saw in the beginning? Yeah, those are the only ones to this day. I mean, that's wild. But it definitely feels like the 4-star characters in Tower of Fantasy are like 3-star characters that are just meant to be filler. They had a story in the beginning, but like, where are they now? Just there, I guess. I could keep going on about Tower of Fantasy, but this is speed dating. I got places to go. On to the next one, Chrono Travelers. I decided to check out this game solely based on the fact that Chrono Travelers completely ripped off the Genshin App Store icon. They are the exact same, down to the text. So clearly, I kind of feel like this was meant to trick you into installing their game. He looks a little familiar, but the character designs look pretty decent, and it shows that this game's an open world one. I mean, that's great. Wait, why does he look like that? Oh, Drunken Hippo has seen some shit. Enough of looking, let's dive in. All right. So there's not much to say about this game except it is pretty generic and nothing like the screenshots. All you do is auto battle and grind generic mobs. Plus the screen is already giving me a headache with the amount of offers and generic events. I mean, my God, I just got here. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. They have no shame. They already are like, come on, welcome in. Come on, baby, let's spend some money. Wait, what is that? Sweet dating? Oh my God, what are these stock images? Do these people even know they're here? It looks like they randomly grabbed them from people's social media and mixed in some stock images. But still, this is a big red flag. It's fine, it's whatever, let's just keep going. So I kept grinding until I was able to reach another milestone, and so I did. Until I saw that the milestone was called Path of Marriage! So you can get married to random characters. I hope these are random characters and not real players, because then that would open up an entirely different conversation. One that's a lot more serious. Anyways, reply to me, Jeff. I know you can see my request. I kept playing and ignored whatever boring story was going on, but I did become a god at one point, so that was cool. Partner dungeon? All right, what's going on in this game? You know what? I think I've had enough of this, but I will check out the world chat before I leave. Actually, I'm good. Thank you. I'm all right. I guess we will never know what a couple dungeon is, and I think I can live with that. On to the next game. Sky Utopia. Right off the bat, something funky is going on here. She reminds me of somebody. Hold on, let me just check. Yeah. All right, so they just traced Kokomi over completely, but the only difference is they gave her a couple different proportions. No big deal, we can move on, right? Then there is this. To me, this 100% looks like Ether. We haven't even entered the game and it's already looking bad. This game itself is another boring grind fest, and the thing is, it won't stop going. And when I say it won't stop going, I mean it. This game is actually completely auto. There is no manual mode. When I was trying to play this game, I saw that it was completely doing everything by itself. I didn't even know what was going on or what kind of story was happening because it was just doing everything by itself. At that point, is it even a game or is it just a movie? Why are we here? I mean, of course it lets you press different buttons to buy things for the game, but other than that, it's completely hands-free. I mean, I don't even know what's happening at this point. And whoever made that Nightmare Fuel Dragon deserves some jail time. As fast as this game was going, I still noticed that they completely took the Mondstadt talent book from Genshin Impact and just added their own icon on top of it. Yikes. And no, I don't want to bond, game. Leave me alone. Ugh, I think our time is over. This one crashed and burned. So on to the next game, Noah's Heart. I found this game, shocker, based on the icon because it reminded me of Paimon. This game definitely had some more promise going in though. As soon as you start, you get to customize your character, and I immediately get bullied by the body proportions. I mean, is this their perception of chubby? It's okay. It's okay, I can look past this. The customization is pretty decent though, and you can actually do a lot of goofy things with your character, and that is something I like. It's honestly my favorite thing to do in a character customizer. Funny enough, the main character's voice actor decided not to attach their name to it, which does give me bad vibes, but it looks like they put a lot of effort into their emotes, so, I mean, good job on that. Proud of you. Sadly though, the cutscenes immediately start getting buggy and weird. Everything keeps cutting out, and we also encounter Raiden. I'm starting to think that fake VA did the right decision, because holy. The translation and voice acting for this game was actually laughably bad. It kind of made this game worth playing solely based on getting to hear the beautiful dialogue getting to come out of these characters' mouths. It also looks like a lot more effort was made for the voices of the 5-star and 4-star characters over the 3-star ones. Some of them sound like they were straight up AI generated.
Hi, please stop the weird look.
One good thing I can say about this game though is the environments are pretty decent, and it actually did look like some effort was put into it. The same cannot be said for the amount of bugs in the environment. I kept getting stuck on things and eventually fell off into the abyss over and over again until I restarted the game myself. I will say though that this game does have unique mechanics, like the hook, which was pretty fun to traverse around with, and it also rewards you with chests to find. Another is the horse, which just makes you go faster, but that's really convenient, especially when your map is big. The art style of this game does have its own charm and is really different from Genshin actually. It's going for a more realistic look. But the presentation completely falls flat when you start playing, just to have bugs and problems. A ton of them really. Most people would just immediately uninstall the game off of that. I didn't even mention that this game's controls feel horrible on PC. It kind of feels like they were just an afterthought. Unfortunately, I think my time is done here. I've had enough of Noah and his heart. Last but not least, The Legend of Neverland. This game is last for a reason. During its launch in 2022, they decided to make this ripoff ad featuring Barbara's VA's voice lines front and center, not even bothering to hide that it's from Genshin, because she says her name, Barbara, in the ad. They completely copied Mondstadt's design, even putting their own Barbados statue. The buildings, the trees, down to the lampposts. This game, out of all the ones I've played, has definitely used Genshin's models as reference. There is also an element system for characters in this game, but that I won't hold against it since a lot of games do that. It even has its own version of hilly trails, and when I entered this arena, it felt awfully similar to a domain, or the Abyss. But really, that's where the similarities end. The rest of this game is just like the other ones we've seen. Generic auto battles, which are just flash, but no substance. I guess I won't find my soulmate game. And maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. Let's be real. There are so many great games to play in 2024. It doesn't have to be like Genshin. It doesn't have to be just another waifu gacha head-ass game. Don't be afraid to experiment if you're burned out on a game or genre. You might end up finding something that you like even more. I will say this though. I would love for Hoyoverse to have some real competition, because Genshin does need more quality of life, and in general needs to be way less stingy. I know they have no reason to right now because they're raking up a lot of money, and if business is booming, why fix what's not broken? There's no point in changing the formula, right? I do love this game, but I just want it to be its best version. Looking to the future though, maybe there is hope. Wuthering Waves, an open world exploration game with great combat mechanics, and also a gacha system, is about to enter its second closed beta. I mean, it hasn't even launched yet, and the amount of changes from CBT1 to here is unreal. The dev team, Kuro Games, looks like it's really listening and putting in tons of effort to make a great launch for the game. And I have faith in them, since they also released another game with great combat mechanics, Punishing Grey Raven. I've heard good things about that one, so I know Wuthering Waves is gonna be better. I'm excited for it, and I hope I get into the beta, but if not, that's fine. I'm used to it. I will be wuthering my waves by myself. Hopefully this doesn't age like milk and the game goes the way Tower Fantasy did, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be great. I'm looking forward to the future. And who knows? Maybe I will find my perfect game. So hopefully you liked this video, and if you feel the same way as me, feel free to let me know in the comments. Even if you don't, that's totally fine too. Let's have a conversation. But of course, if you liked videos like these and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. Thanks for sticking with me, YouTube. Bye. See you next time. Happy Valentine's! I have a husband, but my date is Kafka.